First of all, let's say the U.S. dollar has lost 85% of its value since the 70s. And when the dollar decoupled from gold, and the government seems bent on continuing that tradition. From now until after the election, the government can print as much money as they want. The last time they did that, inflation went up 9%. Gold is the one asset that is proven to withstand inflation. It's a biblical currency, 5,000 years. You can invest in gold with noblegoldinvestment.com. That's www.noblegoldinvestment.com. And if you will also get this 24 karat, 1/4 of an ounce gold standard coin for free. A 24 karat, 1/4 of an ounce gold standard coin they will send you for free. Simply go to noblegoldinvestment.com now. noblegoldinvestments.com. Go there now. The only gold company that we can trust. Guys, set up a gold IRA. Find out all about it at noblegoldinvestment.com.
In a meeting held in Beijing, veteran U.S. diplomat Henry Kissinger engaged with China's defense minister. According to a statement from the Chinese Defense Ministry on Tuesday, Li Shangfu expressed that, quote, friendly communication between China and the United States had been, quote, destroyed due to an unwillingness of, quote, some people in the United States to meet China halfway. Kissinger, as per the readout, referred to himself as a, quote, friend of China. The Chinese statement reported Kissinger's remarks on the importance of avoiding treating each other as adversaries, emphasizing that neither the United States nor China can afford a scenario where they go to war, as it would yield no meaningful outcomes for their respective peoples. This surprise visit by the 100-year-old former U.S. Secretary of State coincides with John Kerry's presence in Beijing as the U.S. climate envoy, The Guardian has reported. Now, Kerry is engaging in discussions with Chinese officials to explore opportunities for cooperation in tackling the climate crisis. Kerry joins a series of high-ranking U.S. officials who have visited China this summer, following Secretary of State Antony Blinken's long-awaited trip back in June. While the relationship between the two global powers has been deteriorating for months, there is cautious optimism on both sides that the resumption of official dialogues can lay the groundwork for the improved bilateral ties. A tractor-trailer leaking human waste on a Connecticut highway caused multiple crashes, including a collision involving two state police cruisers, resulting in a chaotic scene. Fortunately, no major injuries were reported from the incidents that took place on Monday evening on Interstate 95 in Bridgeport. The truck driver was subsequently arrested on several charges, as authorities alleged that he was aware of the leak, but he continued to drive, the Associated Press reported. The series of wrecks began around 11 p.m. local time, as the leaked waste created extremely slippery conditions in the northbound lanes, according to the state police. One motorcycle rider lost control and fell onto the road, sustaining minor injuries that required hospitalization. Vehicles collided with one another and with concrete barriers. During the chaos, another tractor-trailer slid into a parked state police cruiser, subsequently striking a second unoccupied cruiser in the median. The troopers assigned to those vehicles were assisting other individuals involved in the crashes. Reports from state police indicate that a total of 10 vehicles were involved in accidents. The northbound lanes were closed for several hours to facilitate cleanup operations. After witnesses provided information about the company name visible on the truck, troopers located the driver. Authorities contacted the company, H.I. Stone & Son, which in turn instructed the driver to pull over and await the arrival of the police. The driver now faces charges of reckless driving, reckless endangerment, and failing to secure a load. He has posted bail that was set at $25,000. When approached for comment, H.I. Stone & Sons owner, Harry Stone, declined to provide a statement to reporters on Tuesday. On Tuesday, U.S. officials confirmed that an American soldier who had served nearly 2 months in a South Korean prison made a daring escape across the heavily fortified border into North Korea. This incident marked the first time in almost 5 years that an American has been detained in North Korea. Private Second Class Travis King, 23 years old, had been incarcerated on assault charges and was released on the 10th of July after completing his sentence, the Associated Press has reported. Originally scheduled to return to Fort Bliss, Texas on Monday, he faced the possibility of further military disciplinary actions and discharge from the service. According to officials, King was accompanied to the airport and received assistance until he reached the customs area. However, instead of boarding the plane, he left the airport and later joined a tour of the Korean border village. In a daring move, he bolted across the border, which is heavily guarded and frequently visited by tourists, on Tuesday afternoon local time in Korea. Upon notification of the incident, the Army disclosed King's name and limited information to his family. Several U.S. officials provided additional details anonymously due to the sensitivity of the situation. It remains unclear how he reached the border or how he spent the hours between leaving the airport on Monday and crossing into North Korea the following day. During a press conference at the Pentagon on Tuesday, Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin confirmed that it was highly likely the U.S. service member was now in North Korean custody.